What's up, everybody? This is Danny coming at you from East Texas, and it is go time. Today is the day we've been looking forward to since, I guess. What's up, everybody? This is Danny coming at you from East Texas, and today is the day. Today is the day that we've been looking forward to since we sowed our seeds back on the 1st of January. It is go time in East Texas. Today, I'm going to try to get all of these put in my raised bed, and I'm going to take you along for the ride. So come on, come grow with me. So real fast, I wanted to show you all how exactly I planned out my garden. Using Excel was made this really simple for me. I am trying square foot gardening this year. So each square represents a square foot. Easy, right? So everything in green are things that are already planted or have been sown. Everything in blue, these are my starts that are waiting on me to put them in the ground. The yellows are things that I have not started yet or plan to direct sow. And then the white is kind of, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I know that I have these squares and I have an idea of what I'd like to put in them. So down here, these are the two horseshoe beds that I have. I do plan on having trellises built for these two legs here, as well as this leg here for my indeterminate tomatoes, just to help support them, obviously. But yeah, so this is what I used. This helped me visualize. I took an inventory of all of my seedlings, which you can kind of see here. And I know exactly how many seedlings I have and how I'm going to lay those out. And I actually had how many extras that I had so that I knew how many I could give away. But this is how I planned for my planting. Just thought I would show you guys so that you would see what I did that made it a little bit easier, a little more organized for me going out into the garden. So I have a printout here of what I just showed you on the computer, and I'm going to keep it out here with me so that I can see exactly where I want to place all these. Basically, what I'm going to do is take each one of my plant cells. They're all in individuals at this point. I've up potted to that point, and I'm going to place them in each of the squares where I plan on planting them. That way I stay organized. That's why it's good to have this. I don't get mixed up. I don't put them in the wrong places. I have this all right where I want to be. I'm also going to mix in some organic uh, fertilizer and some bone meal as I plant them out, just to help in nutrition value and fertilizer as they begin to grow. I did pick very well balanced fertilizers for this. I think later on I'll concentrate more on the latter two numbers to help them with their flower and fruit production. But I'm going to get to placing these in the garden where I want them, and I'll get back with you in just a few minutes as I start to put them in the ground. So my plan was to lay all of these out for you guys to see kind of how I'm planning this out and laying these into the garden. But as you can see, the wind is blowing quite ferociously. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting these planted in. I will show y'all what I'm doing with a couple of those, and then I'll get to finishing this up. All right, so take two on planting the pepper. My microphone died earlier. Oh boy. All right, take two on showing you how to, or how I am planting these peppers. Microphone died earlier, technical difficulties. So here we go. With these larger pots, I am going to dig this out. I'm going to put the dirt in this pot just to keep it off of everything else. With peppers, you want to make sure that you don't bury them too deeply. Tomatoes, completely different story, right? We want to bury some of that stem so that along the nodes on the tomato stem, they can grow roots. Peppers, it doesn't work like that. So with peppers, we want to plant these level with the pot. So I'm going to go ahead and get this dug out. You can also see I have my drip tubing here. I'm trying to get right in between it. That way I'm catching some of the drip emitters on both sides of the plant. All right, so I think I probably have that deep enough, wide enough. Put in a little bone meal. All right, take 3 on trying to plant a pepper plant. Wind is just wreaking havoc on everything today. Y'all, the wind has been relentless in Texas, and East Texas is not getting it half as bad as West Texas, the panhandle of Texas. So thoughts and prayers go out to everyone out there that's dealing with the high winds and the fire events that are happening out that direction. Norman, Oklahoma, the same thing. So not to make light of the wind, they are really struggling with it. But what I've done here is I've dug out my hole. I have put a little bit of bone meal in. Let's put a little of the fertilizer. What I was saying earlier before the wind interrupted me, with peppers, we don't want to bury them as deep like we would a tomato. With a tomato, we bury it up to the stem a little bit and roots will grow along the nodes, helps with their growth and stability and vitality. With peppers, we want to plant them even with the top of the pot. So I've got my hole dug here. This is a poblano. All right, just lay him in the hole. Try to get him as straight as you can. Looks like I got that about right. Now what I am doing is kind of tucking the dirt in a little bit, packing it around the edges, just to make sure it gets in there and we don't have any air voids. You don't necessarily want to pack this soil in. You want it to be light and fluffy. That's part of the bonus of being in a raised bed is typically the soil is a fluffy soil. The roots don't have to fight so hard to get established. All right, one other thing that I'm doing because of this wind, I am staking these off. I don't have my overhead string trellis ready just yet. So just take this stake, go in the ground. Then I'm using a tomato clip just to hold him on the stake and keep him steady. I will show you real fast too. This tomato back here, this is a Cherokee Carbon, and I've already got the hole dug and fertilized for him, but I'll kind of show you how much deeper I'm going with the tomatoes. If I can get him out of here. Oh, he is trying to fall apart. There we go. Oops, losing some of it. I think that's okay. The root ball looks to have held together. And now with the tomato, you can see that we can bury him much deeper. All along the nodes on the tomato stem, they will grow roots, which will aid in their health throughout their life. So I've already got a stake on this one. I actually had to stake him off while he was in the grow pot, the starting pot. So I think we got him about right. Put the clip back on. And there we go. So that's how I'm putting these in the ground, getting them fertilized for future health, and staking them up to protect them against the high winds we've been having here in Texas. Now, I'm going to try to get as many of these done as I can for the rest of the day. And I'll give you a shot of the bed a little later once they are complete or close to complete and looking good. All right, so one last thing I wanted to explain to you guys before we wrap this up. I am going to water all of my transplants in really, really well. I want to soak them really well. That soaking will help push out any air bubbles that I may have missed when I pack them in. It also just helps settle the soil around the transplants. Then I'm going to come behind after that soaks in well and follow up with some Alaska fish fertilizer. Um, this Alaska fish fertilizer is a 511, but it's loaded with nutrients. And this is readily available to the transplants right now. So I'm hoping this will help with transplant shock as they are able to soak up lots of nutrients, some nitrogen to help settle them as they get used to their new surroundings. What I do typically with the Alaska fish fertilizer, I mix, this is a 2.5 gallon water can. So I put about 6 or 7 tablespoons in here. I don't really measure it, but I just kind of pour it in and guess it. But 5, 6, 7 tablespoons for a 2.5 gallon. I think the directions say 2 to 3 tablespoons per gallon. That's why I'm going 6 or 7. But I'll put that in. When I add the water to the can, I use my spray nozzle. That will help really agitate the water to the point so it stirs everything up really well. We want it to be stirred up. One thing for sure, don't get this on you. It smells terrible. Don't get it on your dog because it's a definite bath right there. But this is very good for the transplants, and hopefully this will prevent some of our transplant shock. All right, so I'll show y'all real quick watering these in. Now this can that I'm using here is strictly just water. These transplants were large enough that I don't have to be too terribly careful around them. But if they're smaller, then you definitely want to make sure that you're not just beating the plant up, right? So what this is doing, this good soaking, is helping get all of that air that could be trapped in that loose soil that we just disturbed, and helping the dirt settle, which will help our transplants. All right, so you can see all of that initial watering has soaked in, nothing standing. So this jug now has the fish fertilizer, and I'm not going to give it a ton. You can probably tell the difference in color, but we just want to put a little bit around all of our transplants. And again, this fish fertilizer solution is really providing lots of nutrients for our brand new baby transplants. So just put a little bit around each one, give them that quick boost, and hopefully we will be set. Now I will also be turning on my drip irrigation a little later this afternoon just to make sure that they are all good and watered in. So I think I'm going to wrap it up there today. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing how I am putting my transplants in the raised beds. Y'all, this is the fun time right here. This is what we've been looking forward to. I really feel good about most of these. I think I had some habanadas not looking good, so not sure that they'll make it. But I got plenty more where that came from to put in their place. Maybe not a habanada, but plenty of other plants. But hopefully you saw kind of what I'm doing. Now, this is all that I've learned from watching other YouTubers, this being my first year of really putting out lots and lots of my own started seedlings and transplants. I obviously had to watch all of the real YouTubers out there, but hopefully you were able to get a little bit out of this, some enjoyment out of it, my antics, if you will. But if you did, you know, like, subscribe, leave me a comment below. Let me know what I'm doing good. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Either way, let me know. But that'll wrap it up for today. I'm going to continue on and see how many more of these I can get planted. But anyway, as always, thanks for watching.